Respected viewers and all my beloved listeners, welcome to my channel Study with Me. Last day we have listened to Unit 3 of Block 1 of a postgraduate course MNR 001. Today we will listen to Unit 4 of the same block. So let us go to Unit 4. Development of Indian agriculture. Structure. 4.0 Objectives. 4.1 Introduction. 4.2 Historical Development. 4.3 Land Reforms. 4.4 Green Revolution. 4.5 Chemical Fertilizers. 4.6 Quality Seeds. 4.7 Irrigation. 4.8 Farm Implements. 4.9 Agricultural Prices. 4.10 Agricultural Education, Research and Extension. 4.11 Animal Husbandry. 4.12 Globalization of Agriculture. 4.13 Let us sum up. 4.14 Keywords. 4.15 Some useful books or references. 4.16 Answers or hints to check your progress. So let us begin with the objectives. That is section 4.0. After going through this unit, you will be able to explain the phases. Point number 1, explain the phases of agriculture development in India. Next point, state the various programs for land improvement. Next point, explain green revolution in the country. Next point, highlight the role of education, research and extension in agricultural advancement. Next point, assess the improvement in animal production and advances in animal sciences. And the last point, identify the future steps to be taken looking into the globalization of agriculture. Section 4.1 Introduction. Agriculture is being practiced in the country from Vedic period. There have been continuous changes leading to refinement in all the concerned aspects in phases for better yields. Biodiversity is being used for better plant types with desired characters to have better yields with resistance to biotic and abiotic factors, needed yield parameters, and suitable for specific ecological conditions. Crops are selected on the basis of soil groups like alluvial soils, black soils, red soils, laterite soils, mountain and hill soils, and desert soils, saline and alkali soils, peat and organic soils. The soils differ in texture and consistency like sand, loam, and heavy soils. They vary in fertility levels comprising of different quantum of nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, sulfur, calcium, magnesium, iron, sodium as major elements, and boron, manganese, molybdenum, zinc, copper, cobalt as micro elements. Fertility level is decided looking to the crop to be grown. Soil water holding capacity varies and irrigation requirement depends upon the crop and soil structure. Better methods have been developed for raising various crops. Crop is protected from diseases, insect pests and weeds by use of mechanical practices, chemicals and biopesticides. Regular researches have resulted in better equipments for field operations, harvesting and threshing. Now the harvest can be stored in better storage structures quite safely. The post-harvest technology has attracted the attention of cultivators all the times. The technological improvement was influenced by the dynasties of the country. India has 329 million hectare geographical area, of which around 180 million hectare is cropped. There are 95 million agricultural holdings, of which 75% are marginal and small farmers with up to 2 hectare land holdings. Expansion of cultivable land is not possible. Hence, efforts are needed to increase productivity per hectare to feed the ever rising population. Section 4.2, Historical Development. Different dynasties had promulgated rules which had influence on the agriculture. During the domain of Arabs, taxes were laid on land in the form of two-fifths produce or in cash. Later, in the regime of Alauddin, the revenue was fixed at one half of the produce. However, the charges were calculated on the basis of standard yields. Agriculture suffered due to framing of rules not favorable to farming community. The produce was collected and kept under storage by the rulers. The agriculture was encouraged by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq 1321 to 1325. The taxes in the form of land revenue were reduced. The land revenues were settled upon principal which was not more than one-tenth of the produce. Granaries were established to store grains for long periods. During the time of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Sultan used to possess best fertile land, and to enhance the productivity resources were used officially. The private cultivators were again taxed heavily, which put negative influence on the agriculture. According to Ibn Battuta, 1325 to 1354, work on reclamation of wasteland was started along with state farming. Wells were digged and cultivators were given loans. The rotation of crop was also initiated. Attention was given on planting various economical fruit trees. Firoz Shah Tughlaq 1351 to 1388 introduced Jagir system by giving lands to the actual owners. The canal system for irrigation was introduced and Western Yamuna Canal was constructed to use the flood water in 1355. Tax was introduced on irrigation water. The barren land became usable for agriculture. Land revenue assessment system varied in different states as per order of the ruler, usually based on the type of land under cultivation, whether wet, dry, or garden land. The revenue was collected both in kind or cash. Sher Shah made new rules for land revenue assessment based on measurement of land, the produce, and kind of grain. One third of the produce was going to the state as land revenue in kind or cash. During Akbar's period, 1555 to 1605, Todarmal made reforms in revenue system by obtaining correct measurement of the land, ascertain the quality of the produce and settlement on equivalent in money. The productivity based on fertility was also considered. Tax on fruit gardens was also introduced. Takwavi loans were allowed to cultivators for the purchase of seed and cattle on surety for their payment. Repayment was made at first harvest and remaining by the next. The cultivators who were cultivating the land personally were given permanent and hereditary occupancy of the land he tilled. Later, the burden of taxation increased on cultivators, which resulted in revolts. As a result, the zamindari system was abolished during 1669 1710 in East Punjab. Hastings in 1772 changed the revenue system according to which lands were allotted to farmers for 5 years and pattas were given, which led to permanent settlement, but the cultivators and their tenants remained to live in distress. During the British regime, attempts were made to boost up the agricultural production. General improvement made in transport like rail system, promotion of export of some agricultural commodities, introduction of land tenure system also helped the agriculture in general. Department of Agriculture was created by the Government of India in 1871, which was followed by the state governments. In 1943, All India Policy on Agriculture was drafted. As a result of Bengal famine in 1942, efforts were made to increase the agricultural production in the country. Several steps were taken up to improve agriculture at pre-independence era. Now we have check your progress 1. Question 1. What influence the dynasties have on agriculture in India? Question 2. How advancement in transport system influenced agricultural development?